Hello, my name is Alan Arroyo. Today I'm going to be speaking about the importance of kindness today. Raise your hand if you're ever waking up from sleeping and you go on your phone and you start seeing political posts that make you upset, that make you angry. If you go outside and you see people saying certain things, it just makes you irate, right? We've all been there. It seems that every day we just don't feel as close as we used to as a society. Television, social media, like anything now is political, and my goal in this speech is to bring us back to the important things, which is being kind and helpful and having communities built again. The purpose of my speech is to persuade and to show that kindness can help us be united again. My 3 points today are, the first one is how being kind affects you, how being kind affects others, and how being kind affects our communities as a whole. Next one. First point is that stress and political climate affects our mental health. And in Freiberg wrote in 2021 that kindness helps to reduce stress. When you have talks with other people, it helps you to get your thoughts together and have that common ground of being kind. Maureen in 2025 stated that doing a kind deed every day raises your optimism. So it can be anything from buying coffee for someone, giving someone a compliment. Those small acts of kindness improves your own self-worth and confidence, and in return helps other people out as well. Now, some people might say, why does it matter if I'm kind? It's just me. Who am I to do anything? But to those people, I say this: there's been countless research that says that just being kind increases communication with your loved ones or strangers, and it also decreases stress and increases conflict management. So now that we talked about how it affects our mental health, I'm going to cover how it affects people around us. My second point, please, is that being kind sets the groundwork for respectful disagreement. Most people now think that just because I don't agree with someone, I can be rude, I can call them names, I can just make up all these things in my head. Well, if we start treating those discussions at a bar or at school or at work with kindness and open-mindedness, we are more prone to make some kind of leeway into changing people's minds or having our own minds changed, because we can also be wrong. We also have our own biases, right? I interviewed Rain Cook Arroyo, who is an ally for minorities, has done organization of events for BLM and other groups. And the one thing that they said is that being kind is harder than showing kindness is harder than someone who shows anger. Because anyone can be angry, but just being strong enough and being patient with someone who's angry at you and wants to be show all those negative emotions, just being kind and patient allows them to reflect and be okay, maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Maybe I should listen to what they say. So another counter for this is that what people might say, well, if you show kindness is weakness. Why? I can be brave, I can be strong. Why do I have to be kind? Why do I have to compromise my beliefs? Well, my rebuttal to that is that kindness doesn't change your opinions. You can still hold your opinions and be friendly about it, and especially if you express it in a respectful way. So now that we've covered how kindness can help us have those meaningful conversations, we're going to cover up how being kind can create communities that are more close. Third point, the ripple effect. Random acts of kindness create effects, right? Ripple effects. And that can start from you to your family, to work, and then to school. it can create stronger bonds. And the Random Act of Kindness Foundation in 2026 wrote that kindness can inspire others to also do what you're doing. And in that same vein, the Be Kind Project in 2024 also stated that kindness is contagious. Like if you ever go to a drive-thru window and someone says, "Hey, I'm paying for the person in the back," that causes chain reactions. Now, some people might say, once again, I'm only one person. Why does it matter what I do? Like I'm just, one person. I don't go out and do anything. Any meaningful change happened with one person, and once someone saw that, the bystander effect completely gone. When we choose kindness, we choose to create healthier relationships in our communities, with our loved ones, and with ourselves. In conclusion, I covered why being kind, click next. Being kind helps us with our own confidence. I also covered how it can help bridge that gap with opposing views with strangers, and I also cover the ripple effect that it has in our communities. Elections will happen every year. Political people will always be there. Posts will always be on your Instagram, on your social media, and those things will fade away with time. But people will always remember how you talk to them when you see those posts. So always remember to be kind and to be open-minded. Thank you. Good news. How was that?